Yes, sir. We're live in the building. And let me clean the camera a little bit. Yeah, it's better. So yeah, man. Let's wait for more people to come in. About to dive into Outwitting the Devil. Really excited about this one, man. Because this book right here, man, life-changing, but you know, I got the herbal tea always, everyday herbal teas. You know, working with the peppermint today. Great for digestion, great for, you know, prevent you from becoming sick and all that. Yeah, man, really looking forward to this live stream, you know. Outwitting the devil, man. You know, everyone's got demons, man. Everyone needs to know how to outwit the devil because the devil's trying his best to keep you at a low frequency, to keep you at fear state. So yeah, man, that's what we're gonna dive into, man. How to outwit the devil. And yeah, we're going into like self-discipline. That's what we're talking about. This section about self-discipline, the questions that Napoleon Hill asked to the devil. And yeah, it's life-changing information, man. If you ask me, life-changing information. But yeah, if you're in the live stream, make sure to smash that like button. Make sure to share the live with a friend. You can also get this knowledge and information. And yeah, man, ask questions. You know, that's we're going to be reading this book right here. So make sure to ask questions and that. And yeah, man, looking forward to this one. Who is the devil? Great question. The devil, in this book, he refers to the devil as in the devil that everyone knows, and you got God and you got the devil in it, which most religious and people believe in. So the devil picture as an entity more than a person. You know, the devil is not a person like, oh, there's the devil. Like, you know, it's more of an entity. You know, and the devil uses people in a sense. You know, so like it's hard to point a direction at that is the devil. You know, it's like a spiritual thing in a sense. You know, so yeah. So yeah, man. This chapter 10 in the book, by the way. Chapter 10, don't know if you can see it, the book, chapter 10. It's about self-discipline. So already, self-discipline is going to tell you, I've already read this book already, self-discipline is the antidote in a way to the devil. Because if you're able to self-discipline yourself and you know your morals, your beliefs, and you know what you stand for, then it's going to be difficult for the devil to interfere in with your plans. But if you don't know what you're doing in your life, or you're just free roaming around and you just like, you know, all over the place, then it's easily for you to get pulled into something, easy for you to get manipulated, etc. You know, so yeah, that's what I mean by self-discipline is the key, man. Shout out to everyone who's in the live, and if you're in the live stream, make sure to smash that like button, man. Smash that like button, share the live. About to dive in, man. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to get into the live stream, then about to dive deeper now. So if you're already in there, smash the like button, man. About to dive into this book, man, because this information here is life-changing. Literally life-changing information and that. So, yeah, man. And whilst I'm on the live and reading, make sure to ask a question. Any question you have, make sure to ask. And even if this live stream is already started and that, drop a comment. Because, yeah, before getting to the book, and I'm going to explain a little bit more, like, basically, talk a little bit about the author and what the book is about and that. Like, obviously, Napoleon Hill, you know, he was the author. He's the author of Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich, one of the best-selling books of all self-help books of all time, and until this day. Now, that book there, it took him 25 years to write Think and Grow Rich and that. So the book Think and Grow Rich is all about, he studied over 25,000 people, and 25,000 people, 500 of the most successful people in the world at that time, and over 20,000 people who were so-called failures in that. And he come up with 13 principles to help you become successful. So definitely recommend that book. But this book right here is Outwitting the Devil. Now, he wrote this book and that. He didn't release this book and that because of the impact the book was going to have on society and on him and his family. So he didn't release the book. Maybe in fear, you could say, in that. You know, his wife told him not to release it. Then his wife held on to the book, and she also didn't release it and pass it to their son. Son, I believe in that. And then over a period of time in that, the son linked up with Sharon Lecturer, who's the co-author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. And yeah, so basically they released the book after 70 years. So this book was written 70 years before it got released because of the information in this book, and that's so powerful that, you know, they had to take time and release it when, you know, when they passed away, because as his wife said, she said he can't release it until he has passed away because of the ridicule that's going to come with it. Now, this book here dives into everything: family, religion, society, so many things, and that, like the way that the devil tries to trap us and that into a low frequency, into drifting offshore, into what we don't need to be doing and that. So this book here is basically an eye-opener, man, life-changing book and that. But we're gonna go straight into it, man. The chapter we're talking about here is self-discipline. Self-discipline. Because last time I read the book, I was a little bit all over the place, you know. I was just flicking through random pages and just trying to get, like, you to understand the basis of the book and that. But now I'm going to do chapter by chapter and that. So obviously a lot of people have been asking me to do this book again, like read it out again, because, you know, it impacted a lot of people. So yeah, we're going to go into it again, man. Self-discipline. So remember, Napoleon Hill asked a question to the devil. The way the book is formatted is that Napoleon Hill asks a question to the devil, and the devil gives the response on that. So it's a question from Napoleon, and then it's an answer from the devil. That's the way the whole book is structured. So let's get into it. This one Napoleon asked: What preparation must one undergo before being able to move with definiteness of purpose at all times? So previously in the book, the devil said that he's not able to influence people who move with definite purpose. Definite purpose means someone who's sure about themselves, know where they're going in that, and know what plan they have to get there. So the devil cannot interfere with your plans if you know where you're going. If you do not know where you're going, then yeah, you're gonna be dragged all over the place. You know. Shout out to everyone who just joined as well, man. Make sure to smash the like button, man. We're diving deep into the outwitting the devil. So if you're watching this and that, if you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button, man, to get the video out to more people. But let's get into it. So Napoleon asked, what preparation must one undergo before being able to move with definiteness of purpose at all times? So being sure of where you're going. The devil answered, one must gain mastery over self. This is the second of the 7 principles. The person who is not a master of himself can never be a master of others. Lack of self-mastery is of itself the most destructive form of indefiniteness. Wow. Wow, there's powerful in itself in that. Feel free to ask questions in that. Like, if you hear something that stands out or anything got question about, ask in the comment section. So what the devil basically Napoleon Hill asked, what preparation do you need to have in order to move with definiteness of purpose? Definiteness of purpose being sure, basically where you're going, like, you know, like being sure and definite of where you're going and the plans and that. So the devil self, you have to have mastery over yourself. Now, what does that mean? Self-mastery, what does that mean? It's self-explanatory, like obviously mastering yourself, but mastering yourself in different aspects, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. So if you're not stable person in your mind, like you're not like comfortable inside your own head, or let's say you're anxious or you're not confident, and all of these limitations that you have within yourself, and that you need to master them things there in order for you to move with definite of purpose. How can you be sure of where you're going and who you are in that if you're still struggling with yourself? Now there's always going to be struggles in life, of course. I'm not saying that there's going to be no struggle, but you need to be sure of yourself and that before you can be sure of where you're going. You know, you cannot be sure of where you're going if you're not even sure about yourself and that. Like, that's my interpretation of that little sentence there. Now, you can give your interpretation, we can share perspectives and that, but that's what I got from it. Add more water to the thing, man. You know, that's what I got from it and that. Why did I come into existence? Whoa, say media, man. Shout out to everyone in the live who just joined in that, man. Smash that like button. So that was the question. So the next question that Napoleon asked is, where should one begin when making a start of where should one begin when making a start at control over self? So Napoleon asked the devil, where should you start basically in trying to control yourself? And that's what the question was. This is the answer from the devil. By mastering the three appetites responsible for most of one's self-discipline. The three appetites are the desire for food. So basically controlling how much food you consume and the quality of food that you consume. The desire for expression of sex. So basically not overindulging in sex and, being in control of your sexual energy, transmutating that. And three, the desire to express loosely organized opinions. That meaning not speaking with facts and that, not speaking with like certainty, saying random things and that, just talking idle talk and that, like things that don't matter. So let me go back over it, innit? So basically Napoleon asked, where should one begin when making a start at control over self? So Napoleon's asking, how can we control ourselves? And that was the first step that we can do in order to control ourselves. And that's the question that Napoleon asked to the devil. The devil said, by mastering three appetites responsible for one's lack of self-discipline. The three appetites are the desire for food. So don't eat too much and that, and don't eat rubbish, eating whole foods, obviously, clean foods and that. Secondly, is the desire for expression of sex. This one's a big one, You guys should be fat, being blown, you'll see the way and that. You get me? Like, you got, what I'm saying to you? Like, that you can't be doing that, if you want to control over yourself. Because if you're not control over, what I'm saying to you, your semen and that, your life force, then you're not controlling anything. And overindulging in it, in sex anyway. You understand? And the third thing is the desire to express loosely organized opinion. Basically, just saying words without any meaning, without any facts, just talking idle things that are irrelevant. You know what I'm saying to you? So they're the three ones and that, like. So yeah, big information there, man. Let me know what you got from that, man. Comment down below, man. This book is crazy. I ain't even read this book in a while, man. But this book, wow. I should have my herbal tea, man. Life's good still. So yeah, man. So the next question that Napoleon asked the devil is, does man have other appetites which need to control? So does man have other appetites which need to control? Basically, Napoleon's asking, like, what other things and that we need to control, basically, in it to master ourselves. Then the devil goes, yes, many of them, but these three are the ones which should be conquered first. When a man becomes a master of these three appetites, he has developed enough self-discipline to conquer easily those of the lesser importance. So basically, them three appetites, like basically controlling what you eat and that, the desire for food, controlling your sexual expression, and basically controlling what you say in that. If you can control these three things, that are the main things to conquer. Once you conquer them three things, then everything else will get knocked down easy. Shout out to Hamza Woke. What is the difference between being alive and truly living? Being alive and truly living. I don't know, bro. It's subjective, like there's no, can't give that answer to that one still. I recommend you to read Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Yeah, that's one of the books that's in my basket, man. It's something that a book I need to get, man. Right now, to be honest, I'm focusing on the finance books mainly right now, I got a couple finance books trying to improve my financial literacy, what I'm saying? And to, yeah, man, get to that financial freedom. But yeah, shout out to everyone's watching the live, man. Let me see. This is a long answer. I'm not going to read this part. That was a long answer. Yeah, so let's go to the next stage now. And all this trouble is a result of lack of control over the physical appetite for food. So basically, Napoleon asking like, yo, so you're not being able to control your food and that is resulting in all of these issues and problems and that. Then the devil goes, well, if you wish to be absolutely correct, you should say that improper eating is responsible for majority of ills of the body and practically all headaches. Let me reload that one. I don't think it went over your head in that. If you wish to be absolutely correct, you should say that improper eating is responsible for majority of the ills of the body and practically all headaches. So basically saying ill health and that is coming from what you are consuming, which makes perfect sense in that. It's like, if you give yourself rubbish and toxins and you're smoking, you're doing drugs, like, what do you think is going to happen? Like, what do you think is going to happen to your body? You're going to fall into disease and illness. Like, this ain't even questionable. Like, this ain't even, like, you know what I'm saying? You're eating rubbish, junk food, fast food, processed food. You're doing drugs, you're smoking cigarettes. You're intoxicating yourself, basically, to make it even simpler. You're going to be ill, innit? Like, it makes sense. Like, you're going to be ill if you do that. You know? So, yeah. Anyway, if you want to prove of this, select 100 people suffering with headaches and give each of them a thorough washing out of their body sewer system with high anemia, and observe that no fewer than 95% of headaches will disappear within minutes after the sewers have been cleaned. So basically it's saying that once you eat proper food, which is fruits, vegetables, and whole grains and that, bro, the physical diseases, physical impairments that are happening in your body will go away once you cleanse out your body and that. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, it's crazy, bro. Like, it's mad and that. The first, like I always say personally, it's like the first step, bro. As a human being, you need to know what to eat, and you need to know how to like cultivate your mind and that. Like, you know, like it's like I always say, every species know what to eat and all that, but we human beings, we're confused. We're eating rubbish, we're eating toxins, we're eating GMO foods and that, and then we wonder why we got headache and depression and are sad and not feeling good and ill. Like, if you eat good, you're gonna feel good. If you eat bad, you're gonna feel bad. Like, simple. Like, it's really that simple. Think and Grow Rich would help you with your finances as well. Yeah, man. Like, I've read Think and Grow Rich, man, several times in that, you know. So it's really contributed towards it. Yeah, so let's get to the next one now then. The next question that Napoleon asked is, I never thought of auto-intoxication as being one of your devices of control over people. I am utterly shocked to know how many people are victims of this subtle enemy. Let's hear what you have to say of the other two appetites. So right now it's asking him about the other two appetites, which is basically overexpression in sex and loosely opinion, basically just talking rubbish, innit? So, well, this is what the devil says. Well, take the desire for sex expression. Now there is a force for which I mastered the weak and the strong, the old and the young, the ignorant and the wise. In fact, I master all who neglect to master sex. Basically, the devil is saying that he controls every person, bro, who's not in control of their sexual energy. That's what the devil's claiming, that he controls every single person who's not in control of their sexual energy. So if you're there, you get me, like watching them sides, you're blowing your seed, or you're just you're having sex too much and you're not able to hold on to your seed, then yo, he basically saying he's controlled. You're controlled in that. You know. Now I'm not perfect in this as well. You know, I'm still in it. Like I'm still like battling, but yeah. How can one master the emotion of sex? This is the big one now, especially for guys on no fab, semen retention, or you're trying to just. This is a big one. Napoleon asked the devil, how can one master the emotion of sex? So how can you be the master of your sexual energy? So this is the answer. This is the antidote for a lot of you guys in that. You're doing semen retention, no fap and that. This is the antidote. So listen carefully. Like, how can one master the emotion of sex? I need to read this myself, so let's go. By the simple process of transmutating the emotion into some form of activity other than compilation. Sex is one of the greatest of all forces which motivate human beings. Because of this fact, it is also one of the most dangerous forces. If humans control their sex desire and transmutate them into a driving force with which to carry on their occupation, that is, if they spend on their work one half of the pay into pursuit of sex, they would never know poverty. Whoa. So what he's basically saying in that is that if you once you're able to control your sexual energy, you will never see poverty, bro. You will never be broke. And honestly, it's poverty is not just necessarily in finances. Poverty in all aspects, health, in mentality. So the control of your sexual desires and that is the key to living a meaningful life and that. Now, obviously, like it says, you need to transmutate that energy. You know, that energy, once you feel that aroused, when you feel like that energy needs to use it, use that's a full tank. Use the energy. Meditate, work out, research. That is energy. You understand? So once you feel that, just know that you got a full tank and you need to put that into use, bro. Put that into creativity. Put that into, like, developing yourself and that. And that's the antidote to holding your sexual desire, man. It's crazy. I'm reading this for, I ain't read this book in so long, so it's all sounding crazy to me as well, man. Shout out to everyone in the live stream as well, man. If you're watching the live stream, make sure to smash that like button. Let's get the video out to more people, and make sure to ask a question. And if you're not reading, ask a question about, man, so we can discuss and share perspective, man. You know what I'm saying to you? Positive energy is phenomenal, man. Shout out to Say Media, man. I appreciate it. You know, so yeah, whilst I'm reading, make sure to ask a question, like, you know, about what I've just read or anything to do with the book. And I ask a question, then we have a discussion about it, man. And if you're watching, obviously smash that like button, comment down below, and share the life, man. Let's get into the next question. Do I understand you to imply there is a relationship between sex and poverty? That's mad. So Napoleon asked the devil, do I understand you to imply there is a relationship between sex and poverty? So basically, the devil's saying that there's a correlation between someone who's in poverty and someone who is someone who's in poverty and the sex power or the sex control that they have. You know, so which is crazy, really, to think that your sexual energy has an impact on your your finances. You know, just drop this in the stream. What's up, bro? Shout out to Only Takes, man. Basically, we're reading Outwitting the Devil, man. The book is about, well, everything, man. Like, you know, family, religion, basically how the devil uses his tactics in order to lower our frequency. So in this book and that, Napoleon Hill, which is the author, is also the author of Think and Grow Rich, asks the devil questions, and then the devil gives the answer. So he asks a question to the devil, and the devil gives him the answer to it. So that's what we're talking about right now. And so right now, it's asking about your sexual energy, how it affects your finances and your life and that. So Napoleon asked, do I understand you to imply there is a relationship between sex and poverty? This is what Napoleon asked to the devil. The devil says, yes, where sex is not under control, if allowed to run its natural course, sex will quickly lead one into the habit of drifting. Let's pause right there. Let's pause right there. Let's pause right there, because that's crazy. Like, you know, even reading this, even though I've read this book already, but going back into it, it's mad. Like, is the ultimate power in your hands? The power is always in your hands. You're in control over yourself, which means you're in control over your life. Highlight text in the book which you think should stand out, so can always come back to it later. Yeah, I used to do that, to be honest, and that. But like right now, what I do when I read a book, and obviously because most books have an index in it, like into they're divided into sections and that. So I'll go into the index and read that section. But yeah, I definitely feel what you're saying as well, like about the highlighting. So basically, let me repeat that again. Napoleon Hill said, do I understand you imply there is a relationship between sex and poverty? The devil said, yes, where sex is not under definite control, if allowed to run its natural course, sex will quickly lead one into the habit of drifting. So basically, if you're not in control of your sexual desires and that sexual emotion, and if you let it go wild into every time you feel aroused, you're gonna blow your seed and that. Yeah, if you do that, sex will quickly lead one to the habit of drifting. Drifting meaning going offshore, going away from your purpose, going away from where you need to be. You know, mad. So next question: is there a relationship between sex and leadership? Well, yes. The devil said, all great leaders in every walk of life are highly sex but they follow the habit of controlling their sex desire, switching them into the driving force behind their occupation. Ooh, that's crazy, man. Sexual desire is a chase, and money chase is basically two sides of the same coin. Yes, facts, bro. So basically, if you cannot control your sexual desires, you will never be able to tap into your highest self, man. Yes, bro. Just had to chop your life, man. Summarized it beautifully. If you're not able to control your sexual desires, you're not going to be able to be in control over yourself and that. You know. Oh wow. Oh no. Hey, listen carefully to this one. Listen to this one here, man. Wow. So, listen to what I'm about to say right now, and this is the question that Napoleon asked the devil. Is the habit of overindulgence in sex as dangerous as the habit of narcotics or liquor? So basically, Napoleon Hill's asking him that, is the desire for sex, overindulging in sex, as strong and as powerful as narcotics and liquor, intoxicating yourself? And the devil says, what? There is no difference between these habits. Both lead to the hypnotic control through the habit of drifting. Ooh, that one's hard to, I know that one's hard to digest still. That one's hard to digest. So what he's saying is that, basically, there's no difference between someone who's, like, let's say, alcoholic, overindulgent in alcohol and in drugs and that, and to someone who is overindulgent in sex. There's no difference at all. You're just as bad as that person who's overindulging in drugs and that. Both of them lead to hypnotic control through the habit of drifting. So when it says hypnotic control, is that you lose your senses and that, like you're in a hypnotic rhythm. You know, when you're hypnotized, you don't even know that you're in a hypnotic state and that. You know, because when you think about it, when you're about to, like, let's say to people who watch them dirty sites and that, you're in there, you're watching the screen and that, and you can't stop yourself. Same if whether it's a female or not. Like once you're indulging in like the activity of, like, you know what I'm saying to you, like having sex or watching them sites and that, bro, you're not able to stop yourself. You're hypnotized. You're completely hypnotized, bro. It's like you don't want to do it, but you're doing it, and you're not even control over yourself and that. It's only afterwards and that. It's like, what have I done and that, like, you know? So, yeah, man, wow. It's powerful information, man. Powerful information, man. I disagree. Sexual energy is infinite. However, it can't correspond. It can't correspond with leadership. Sexual energy is infinite. Yes, it's infinite, yeah. But what you have to understand, yeah, is that the sexual energy, obviously, we're gonna keep reproducing, obviously, semen. As a man, you're gonna keep reproducing semen, definitely. But like, if you are constantly blowing your seed in that, like, which means, like, because you have to remember, it takes time to build up. Like, because it's infinite doesn't mean you can keep like blowing it. It's like a water well that never ends in that. Like, if you're, because that thing that you keep inside of you, yeah, is more powerful than just like semen. People look at it like, oh, like semen, like it's like urine and that, like it's like you know you have a piss at the toilet, you just piss and then you drink some more water and then you piss. It's like it's never ending cycle and that. Like, but the semen is different because it's sexual energy that's able to create a life and that. It's your complete life force. It's 50% ingredient of what it is to create a life. Now, if you're constantly just getting it, blowing it away, getting it blown away, like, not only are you suffering physically from, obviously, like, you're taking away the vitamins, the nutrients, your life force, your energy. Because once you blow your seed, let's be honest, you procrastinate, you feel lazy, you lack motivation, and on a spiritual level, you're disconnected from God. Because if you look at all the scriptures and that, they always talk about the person who's a virgin to be like pure, that their soul to be pure and that. Someone who's a virgin, their energy and the way the aura, shall I say, and that is far different to someone who's overindulging in sex. And I feel someone who's constantly sleeping with different women, even with the same women, your sexual energy is zero, which means your spiritual energy is zero. You know, so there's a straight correlation between your sexual energy and your spiritual connection and that. Like, if you've retained your seed in that, if you're someone who's retained the seed for a period of time, for weeks or months and that, you already know how you feel once you retain, because you feel more connected, you feel more emotionally intact and you feel more love and that. But if you're someone who's constantly blowing the seed and that, you feel disconnected, you feel tired, you feel drained, you feel numb to life, numb to females, numb to everything. So yeah, the sexual energy is that powerful. But let's get to the next point though. One second. Let me answer some questions first in that. No fap, so important for young men. Definitely. Your semen is your masculine force. When you release you become feminine. Facts, bro. So, bro, how are you on no fap when you have a girl? So, no fap, you have to understand, no fap means not watching them dirty sites and that. You know what I'm saying? You can still indulge in sex or whatever you want to do in that. That's what no fap means. Semen retention means holding on to your sexual energy, not releasing your seed in that, which is what I'm going for. You understand? I'm not always 100% successful, but I'm in the process of conquering that thing. Keep it on there. What should be our philosophy of life and love? Don't know, bro. Like, can't answer that one. When you constantly release your sexual energy, you become socially disconnected. Also, facts, bro. Shout out to Choppy Life and that. Now let's get to the next point though. Like, and shout out to everyone who just joined as well, man. If you just joined, you know what to do already, man. Smash that like button, man. Smash the like button if you just joined, or smash the like button if you haven't already, man. So we can help get the video out to more people. And yeah, man, comment down below, man. Any questions you got, comment down below on that, man. Whilst I'm reading it, feel free to ask a question. Now, let's get to the next point. So Napoleon asked, why does the world look upon sex as something vulgar? Then the devil says, because of the vulgar abuse people have made of this emotion, it is not sex that is vulgar, it is the individual who neglects or refuses to control and guide it and that. Indulge for. Okay. So the book is good as fuck, trust me, but the book's crazy. So let me read the next one. This one's an interesting one. So basically, it's, the next question is that Napoleon asked the devil, do you mean by your statement that one should indulge or one should not indulge the desire for sex? So basically Napoleon asking, so should we not indulge in sex then, basically? Then the devil says, no, I mean sex, like all other forces available to man, should be understood, mastered, and made to serve man. The desire for sex expression is as natural as the desire for food. The desire can no more be killed than one can entirely stop the river from flowing. If the emotion of sex is shut off from the natural body expression, it will break out in some other less desirable form, just as a river will, if damped, break through and flow around the dam. The person who has self-discipline understands the emotion of sex, respects it, and learns to control and transmute it into constructive activities. So basically, the devil's saying that the sexual desire is natural. It's not something to be neglected. And you cannot even neglect it because it's going to come out regardless in some way or another. Now, it's not about neglecting it and running away from sex or like not expressing your sexual emotion. It's more about cultivating it and transmutating that into something constructive. So basically, once you feel that arousement, use that energy, that arousement that you have for something, physical activity, your craft, your purpose, yoga, I don't know what it is, but you need to use that energy for something meaningful, something that's going to enhance your life and that, something of like a better good, basically, you know what I'm saying? So, the book is good. Shout out to Blue Sub Film, man. Is there any permanent solution to overcoming emotional distraction such as sex? Sex is not an emotional distraction. Like I just said, that the sexual emotion is natural. There's nothing wrong with like having sexual desires or feeling aroused or whatever. Now, it all comes down what you do with that. If every time you feel aroused, you want to blow your seed and that, or you want to get a girl and just, you know what I'm saying to you, if that's what you want to do, then that's a problem. Now, you can use that same energy and use it for something productive, like physical activity, use it for yoga, use it for putting that energy into creating your business or your purpose or your craft and that, like, you know what I'm saying to you? So it's not necessarily about, like, it's a bad thing and that. It's about what you do when you feel aroused, you know? But yeah, man, interesting, man. So, okay. now we're going a bit deeper into it. Now it says, just basically, Napoleon Hill asking that, just what damage is there in overindulgence of sex? So what damage does having too much sex or ejaculating too much do to your body, to you and that? This is what the devil says. The greatest damage is that it depletes the source of man's greatest driving force and wastes without adequate compensation man's creative energy. So you releasing your seed takes away from your creative energy. It dissipates energy needed by nature to maintain physical health. So basically, if you're overindulging, ejaculating consistently, it's taken away from your health. It's taken away from your health. You cannot be physically healthy and that if you're constantly blowing your seed. Wow. Sex is nature's most useful therapeutic force. It depletes the magnetic energy, which is the source of all attractive, pleasing personality. It removes the sparkle from one's eyes, oh no, and sets up a discord in the tone of one's voice. Wow. It destroys enthusiasm, subdues ambition, and leads to inevitability to the habit of drifting on all subjects. Whoa. I feel like stopping the live stream here, man. That one there is hard to digest, man. It's hard to digest, bro. I know, man. Comment down below what you think of what I just said right now. And I'm going to repeat it in a second, but if you just heard what I said, comment down below. Let me know what your perspective is, bro. Shout out to everyone just joined the live, man. This live stream is like, yo, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Bro, it's crazy. Like, so I'm gonna repeat it. Let me just repeat what he said in that about basically the damage of ejaculating too much, overindulgence in sex. These are the damages that the devil says that overindulgence in sex has on that. Like, it's mad. Like, so basically, the devil is saying that if you're overindulging in sex, if you're having too much sex or you're ejaculating too much and that, these are the consequences. So, one, it takes away man's creativity. Overindulging in sex takes away from your creative energy. Not only that, the energy needed by nature to maintain physical health, it takes away from your physical health. And when you're overindulging in sex and you're ejaculating too much, it takes away from your physical health. What else? Sex is nature's most... It depletes the magnetic energy, which is the source of an attractive, pleasing personality. So it makes you less of a man. It makes you less attractive. It makes you less... It takes away from your personality. Whoa. It removes the sparkle from one's eye and sets up discord in the tone of voice and that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you lose that aura, you lose that glow in a sense, let's say, in that. You know? And what else? It destroys enthusiasm, subdues ambition, and leads to the inevitability of the habit of drifting on all subjects. So basically, it's saying that it takes away from your enthusiasm, your drive, which you already know. And if you blow your CD, you feel like doing nothing, and leads to the inevitability of the habit of drifting on all subjects. So basically, it's saying that you will fall off every subject. You will not reach your full potential on all subjects, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. You will never get to the fullest version of the best version of yourself and that if you're not able to control your sexual energy. Now that's powerful right there. Like that is powerful. That is deep, bro. That's powerful. That is hard to swallow. Like that one time that's hard to swallow, bro. That's hard to comprehend and to accept in that. It's hard to accept it, man. You know, because like, nah. I know you're thinking, nah, it's not that deep, bro. Like, yo, nah, there's loads of successful people out there, man, who are blowing their seed. And I know inside of some of you guys are thinking, like, nah, it's not that deep, bro. Like, yo, I can be successful if I blow my seed and that. Look at him and that, who blows their seed and that. But, like, you have to understand, yeah, that, look, really think about it on that, like I said already, you already know the semen is a life force and it's the most powerful energy in the world, and that this will create, there's a 50% of the ingredient to create a human being in that. Now, if you cannot control, bro, you cannot control yourself, your sexual desires, and you wanna, every female you see, you wanna do something to them, or like you wanna keep it, you know what I'm saying, to you you're watching sites and you're sitting there like that, like, bro, you have no self-discipline, you're not in control of yourself. You're a slave, bro. You're a slave to your desires. Basically, you are a slave to your desires. And if you cannot control you, then how can you control a business? How can you control flipping anything, bro? You know? So this one's deep, man. This one's hard to swallow, bro. I know, man. I know. Like, I'm just reading what it says in that, you know, like, you know, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just reading what's been said in that, you know. You can choose to believe it, or you can choose not to believe it. You can feel like it's all like it's bullshit, you know what I'm saying to you? But deep inside of yourself and that, like, you know how hard it is to control your sexual desire, you know. You know it doesn't make sense to pursue multiple women or to be watching them sites and that, like looking like a weirdo and that, but you know what I'm saying to you? You know that doesn't make sense. But now you know the consequence of it. Now it's mad. So yeah, man, shout out to everyone just joined the live, man. We're going crazy in the live today, man. You guys are feeling this book, innit? Feel like I need to do like at least like one live stream about this book, man. One chapter in a week or something like that, but yeah, man, if you're in the live stream, make sure to smash that like button, man. Make sure to comment down below anything that you are getting from the video or any questions that you got for me. Right now, we're diving into Outwitting the Devil, man. This book is life-changing, man. I highly recommend you buy this book, man. Like, because this book here, like, it will open your mind. If you're a closed-minded person or someone who's just skeptical, there's no way you can go through this book and dismiss it, bro. If you dismiss it, like, you're lying to yourself, and that's what I say. Like, you're completely lying to yourself, you know. So, yeah, man, let's get to the next point, though. I would like for you to answer my question in another way by telling me what beneficial ends the emotion of sex may be made to attain if mastered and transmutated. So right now, Napoleon is asking the devil like the benefits of being in control of your sexual emotion, your semen, basically, innit? This is the devil's response on that. Controlled sex supplies the magnetic force that attracts people to one another. It is the most important factor of a pleasing personality. So it makes it, you know what, I ain't gonna lie, you know, as soon as I read that, it just clicked, bro. The way I behave, bro, once I've let go of my seed in that compared to the way I behave when I retain, bro, it's completely, oh, man. It's mad still, it's mad. It gives quality to the tone of voice and enables one to convey through the voice any feeling desired. It serves as nothing else can serve to give motive to one's desire. It keeps nervous system charged with energy needed to carry on the working of maintaining the body. It sharpens the imagination and enables one to create useful ideas. It gives quickness and definiteness to one's physical and mental movement. It gives one a persistence and perseverance in the pursuit of one's major purpose in life. It is the great antidote for all fear. Oh no. It gives one immunity against discouragement. It helps to master laziness and procrastination, which everyone knows about already. Like, it gives one physical and mental endurance while undergoing any form of opposition or defeat. It gives one the fighting quality necessary under all circumstances for self-defense. In brief, it makes winners and not quitters. Again, man, a difficult one to swallow, a difficult one, like. Does hardship make a person stronger? If so, under the condition and At what point is it too much hardship? If not, what makes a person stronger? So let me quickly answer that question before we get back to what you read in that. Like, hardship is how you grow, but you're not growing without hardships. You're not growing without adversity or failure. Like this is what people don't understand about life. Like, is that people want life to be good and happy and joyful and just to be perfect and things go their way and they get all the things that they desire. But that there doesn't make any sense, and because life is a roller coaster, ups and downs. When you go through hardships, failures, adversity, that is what molds you into a strong person. That is what like fuels you and like makes you go to that next level once you climb the obstacle. So it's all part of life, bro. That's how you grow. Like, powerful. This question isn't subject related, but have you quit your job, bro? No, I haven't quit it, bro. Resonating. A shout out to Imtus Press, man. Yeah, so basically what I just read in that is basically the devil said the benefits of what's it called, holding on to your seed and holding on to your sexual energy. He's saying some of the benefits of holding on to your life force basically is that is a great antidote to fear. It is immunity to discouragement. It makes you the master of laziness and procrastinate. Like, let's be honest, like laziness, procrastinate, everyone can relate to that. Physical, mental, but basically you turn into something else, but you turn into, I don't know, man. You connect with the divine force, and your spirit is lifted, and that you're on a different frequency. It's mad, man. Yeah, so let's read the next one, and I'm gonna read the last one about the sexual energy. Even though I find it very interesting, I wanna get me branch out. I don't wanna focus it all on the sexual energy, but let me read this part though. So Napoleon asking, are those all the advantages you claim for controlled sex energy? No, the devil said. They are only some of the more important benefit it provides. Perhaps some will believe the greatest of all virtues of sex is that in nature's method of perpetuation. What did I say? Perpetuation. Never heard of that word in my life, but of all living things. This alone should remove all thought that sex is vulgar. Okay. Yeah, man, it's crazy. I understand you say that the mode of truth functions. Yeah, let me get to a completely different subject than that, like, cause that one is, yeah. So yeah, there's another point in that. So obviously the third, remember, there's three things in that you have to master. Within yourself, and then you can master everything else in that. So one of them things were obviously controlling the food you eat. The second was your sexual desire, and the third was speaking basically without truth and without organized words and not speaking facts. And so basically, this is what I'm talking about right now. This is what Napoleon Hill asked, why do so many people indulge in the habit of expression in uninvited opinions? So basically lying and talking about irrelevant things and the idle talk. And the devil said the habit is one way of expression, egotism and vanity. The desire for self-expression is inborn in people. The motive behind the habit is to attract the attention of others and to impress them favorably. Actually, it has just the opposite effect. When the self-invited speaker attracts attention, it's usually unfavorable. So basically saying that when people just talk for the sake of speaking. They don't speak about facts. They don't speak about righteous things or things that actually matter. They just speak of things to make themselves look better or just to say words, basically, like. And yeah, like basically, once you in that state and that you are basically doing yourself more harm than good, and that is basically what the devil's saying in them. Yes, what other disadvantages has the habit? The person who insists on talking seldom has the opportunities to learn by listening to others. Let me get to the next part though. Let me completely switch the vibe and that. Shout out to everyone's in the live and that, man. This live stream's a deep one, man. I'm trying to find good questions in them. Wow. So many points in this book and that. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, let me read one, two more parts on that. This is the last section regarding self-discipline and that. So let me get here. This is a long question. I'm going to finish off with this one here. It says, all say seems logical. Why must I come to the devil to discover such profound truths? Let's get back to the 7 principles you have already disclosed. Enough information to show it clearly that the secret of how to break the power of the hypnotic rhythm is wrapped in the 7 principles. You have shown too that the most important of these principles in self-discipline. Now go ahead and describe the other 5 principles you have not yet mentioned and indicate what part they play in giving oneself discipline. So what you have to remember in this book and that is that Napoleon Hill was asking questions to the devil that the devil is obliged to answer. Like the devil has to answer. Any question that he's asking, he must give the answer to, basically. So this is basically going inside of the devil's mind in the sense of how he works and that, and the tools and the different methods he uses to trap people, to make people stay at low frequency and to make them drift away from their true self and their purpose and that. So the questions being asked and that, they have to get answered, innit? So this is what the devil says. First, let me summarize the part of the confession we have already covered. I frankly told you that I have 2 most effective devices for mastering human beings are the habit of drifting and the law of hypnotic rhythm. I've shown you that drifting is not a natural law, but a man-made habit which leads to man's submission to the law of hypnotic rhythm. So basically, it's saying that once you drift offshore and that, away from like yourself and your purpose and that, you're gonna end up going into a hypnotic rhythm where you don't even know what you're doing and that. And so it's so evident to see, like, when you look at people, like, someone's just like, you look at them and they're just so off track and everything, like they're overeating, they're doing drugs, and they're just lost, and they're just consuming the news, and they haven't got their own mind, and like, in a way they're like a robot, and that's what it means by hypnotic rhythm. Like, you don't even know what you're doing and that. Like, I've shown you that drifting is not a natural cause. The 7 principles are the media by which man may break the hold of hypnotic rhythm and take possession again of his mind. You see, therefore, the 7 principles are the 7 steps which lead the victims of hypnotic rhythm out of the self-made prison in which they are bound. And then Napoleon adds, the 7 principles are the master key to unlock the door to spiritual, mental, economic, and self-determination. Is that true? The devil says, yes, that's another way of stating the truth. Now, the next chapter is about learning from adversity. But we're going to get into that one into a different live stream. Let me read some of the comments. Have you improved your personality? And if so, in what ways? But I've improved I've been on this journey for like a good 4 years now, but on self-overcoming, self-improvement. Like, I've worked on my in every aspect, man. From my mindset into the way I thinking more positively, overcoming like anxiety, and just educating myself and living righteously. And it's just so many different ways. And I'm looking at myself physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, just anything you can think of and that. But I've managed to make progress in and that. So, and that's my whole thing. I'm trying to evolve to get to the best version of myself and that. And yeah, to help other people do the same and that. You understand? So that's my whole thing and that. Like, improving myself and helping others do the same by obviously doing these live streams and, just connecting with people. So yeah. Is sex negative or discouraging influence which you can avoid? Sex is not negative, man. All depends what you do with it. Laid back and can't be asked to do nothing important, man. That's what happens when you blow your seed, man. People think, like, oh yeah, once you got a female girlfriend or your wife and that is, yeah, just blow your seed, it's okay to do that, instead of doing like using your hand and that. But it's all the same, really, if you think about it. You know what I'm saying? You're still gonna feel the same at the end of the day and that. What type of questions do you ask yourself when you are meditating? I don't really tend to ask too many questions when I meditate. it's more like affirmations. It's more of a letting go and seeing what comes to me. You know, like I don't really seek anything doing meditation. You know, I think it's more of a letting go and that, like, than anything. What's a question? Yeah. I've been in hypnotic state, but you don't realize you're in it. That's what I'm saying. That's the whole point of being hypnotic. Like, you don't even realize that you're in it. You really don't realize that you're in it. You're just doing things and that you feel is okay because the majority of people are doing it. And it's like, that's how most people live in their life. Like, they live their life according to what the majority are doing. Oh, the majority of people smoke, I'm also going to smoke. Oh, majority of people go out and drink over the weekend, I'm also going to do that. I guess that's what everyone else is doing, so it's normal, you know? Like, especially like, what seems to be normal is what people are doing, you know? So people are scared to stand out. People are scared to say no because they feel left out. They feel like the oddball or the black sheep, you know? So it's like, are you living your life according to society or a next man's ideology, or are you living your life according to what you feel is right and that? Just because most people are doing something doesn't mean it's right. If most people are drinking alcohol, you think it's okay to drink alcohol because majority are doing it. But if you ask yourself, is drinking alcohol makes any sense to me? No, it doesn't. Because why I'm drinking something that's intoxicating myself, I'm not even gonna remember the day or the night, and then like, what benefit is there? A little boost of confidence in the moment, you know? Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. So why are you doing it? You know? See, all of these little things and that's why it's good to ask yourself questions and that. Question everything and don't accept what you've been told and that. Even if it's a family tradition, even if it's wherever, bro, even if it's part of your religion, but you need to question it, like, does it make sense and that? If it makes sense, then go ahead, man, knock yourself out. If it doesn't make sense, then you need to detach from it, like, wash your hands with it, like, yo, this ain't me. This is not me. Like, this makes no sense to me. Like, you know, that's my thinking. Like, hey, bro, just gonna leave you on and listen along. Hope you're having a good day. Shout out to Small Warrior. Yeah, man, having a great day, man. Had a productive day. Went to the gym and, you know, done this live stream. And yeah, man, a really, really good day, man. I feel really good being myself. And yeah, man. How do you become fearless? Whoa, that's a question still. How do you become fearless? Like I say, it's in a book, and you have to move with definite purpose. You have to overcome yourself first and foremost. You need to have self-mastery. Once you have self-mastery over yourself, then being fearless is gonna be second nature. But you need to overcome yourself. If you're suffering from a neurosis or like, you know, just whatever it is that is like your bad habit or your demon and that. Once you overcome them things there, it's like you become powerful, you feel powerful, you become more confident, you know? There's not going to be no fear of the next man or situation because it's like, yo, if you can, like, there's even a quote, I don't know about who, that said, it's easier to control a nation, it's easier to master a nation or control a nation than it is to master yourself on that. You see, that's how difficult self-mastery is in that, but self-mastery leads to confidence, growth, fearlessness, you know? So, like, yeah, self-mastery is the self-overcoming, I like to call it, and that is the antidote, really, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, you know, this book right here, man, if you haven't got it already, man, like, Outwitting the Devil, I highly, highly recommend you to read it, man. And read it with an open mind, man. Don't come to conclusions. Don't say, like, oh, it's not true. I'm not saying to believe every single word inside of there, but keep your mind open. This book here will open your mind, bro. You'll start to think differently. You start to see things differently. It will enhance your perspective. Like, you become like, I don't know what to say, man. You become wiser, bro. Just after this book alone, like, you know, this is a very, very powerful book. There's a reason that this book got hidden for 70 years, bro. 70 years. They didn't release the book, and 7 decades, that's a lifetime, bro. That's someone's lifetime. They didn't release the book because of the content in there. Challenges everything. Challenges religion, society, school systems, and everything you can think of, and that your parents and that, like, you know. And it's hard to accept in that, but if you're interested in opening your mind and improving as a person, then I definitely recommend you to get this book and read it slowly, bro. Read it slowly. Because some of the things in there is hard to accept. It's hard to digest even. It's hard to digest the information. You understand? So yeah, man, make sure to take it lightly. You know, shout out to Ben. Have a blessed day. See you tomorrow, bro. But yeah, this live stream and that, like I said, and that, man. You guys wanted to see the live stream talking about Napoleon Hill, you know, from my last one. A lot of you guys have messaged me and ask me when I'm doing it again. Here you go again in that second live stream about it. Maybe I'll do another chapter, you know, because there's so many different layers to it. Like there's religion, there's like society, there's parents, there is so many different things. Like propaganda, there's the media, there's so many layers to this book and that, like so many sections to dive into. So if you want to see part 3 of it, you want to see another live stream going into detail about what I just said, make sure to, yeah, man, you can DM me on Instagram, so that fitness, you can comment down below that you want to see it again. But yeah, this here is like serious information, man, life-changing information, I even say. But yeah, shout out to everyone who watched this live, and I appreciate it. If you haven't already, smash that like button, and yeah, man, see my next live stream. Come on, come on, come on.